Hi, Christopher. You like my pink car? Guess what? It stands up by itself. See? Because I made it out of two pieces. One side and the other side. We'll get to do this project together later on. So when we talk on our FaceTime, we're going to do some of our pages. Which one does not belong? I'll only do the first one with you. We'll say this is a saw for cutting. This is a dinosaur or dragon. I don't know what he is. Here's a screwdriver and here's a hammer. Well, out of these 1, 2, 3, 4 things, which one does not belong? The dinosaur dragon, yeah, because he's not a tool. These guys are tools. And maybe he can fix things, but he would need a tool. So he's not a tool. And you can tell me all the other ones because you're probably going to do this with Mom and Dad. This one is a little harder, or maybe it's easier for you. You're so smart. You can do so many things. These are more or less shapes. And yeah, these are all squares. But which one is different? The big one. And it gets a little bit weird, but we can talk about why certain ones are different. When I talk about shapes, I know you have these pages, and I know you know circles and squares and triangles. We did all of that in our 3-year-old class. Here's stars and diamonds and hearts. And the reason I'm giving you some practice with shapes on our vehicle transportation week is because here's an octagon. It has the same shape as our stop sign, right? And we're going to talk about how to make some signs, and you can put them around your room or your track if you have a track. So this is the stop sign, S-T-O-P. These were made in England, so they don't say yield, they say give way. That's really funny. And we don't have too many roundabouts, but when you get to maybe Plandome Road has a little bit of a roundabout, but they put a traffic light there, so now we have to stop. All right, so here's one way, keep left, we have to keep right. Here's the other way, no bicycles, no entry, no pedestrians, don't walk on that road. Don't turn this way, don't turn that way, and don't make a U-turn. That's so weird. So you can cut those out and make street signs. I did one like this, and I put it on a little stick. If you have Play-Doh or something, you can stick it on your floor or your table, and then you could set those up. I also if you didn't have a stick, you can just take some paper and fold it so that it stays up and put your stop sign on top. So we have those. Let's see what else we can show you here. All right, so we have something called a Venn diagram. We're going to do this when we talk to each other. And I made one with cars and airplanes. And we have to see which kinds of things are the same in a car or an airplane or different. Okay, and I'll just show you one. A car has a steering wheel and an airplane has wings. So in the airplane, they don't really have a steering, well, actually the pilot probably does, so we might have to change that. But they both have wheels and they both have windows and things like that. So we're going to create this overlapping 2 sets of circles. So you have to think about what's inside a car or outside a car, or what does a car do and what does an airplane do. So you can talk about that with Mom and Dad and Miss Albertine, and we'll make our diagram together on Tuesday. I gave you one of these to write your own story. And now we're going to make some projects. So the first one we're going to do is a traffic light. I have some paper. You can have any color you want. And I'm going to teach you a special way to make a circle, to cut out circles. It's going to be very, very easy. Okay, and I'm going to do them all together. I have red and yellow and green. Sometimes it's harder for you to cut through 3 pieces of paper. I'll try it with my children's scissors and see if I can do it. If it only takes one and it's easier for you to cut through one piece, then it's okay. So what I'm going to do is start out with a square. Okay, so first you have to cut out the square. Then I'm going to start snipping corners. Okay, so you have to keep turning your paper, and remember what we said, your thumb goes in the big one and your 2 fingers go in the small one, and your 2 fingers go in the bigger one, if that's the kind of scissors you have. If they're both the same, you still need a thumb on one side and fingers on the other. And we always cut with our scissors pointing away from us, pointing out, and you're turning the paper. Instead of turning your hand around makes your hand hurt. So you just keep turning the paper and chopping, but you're taking a square and you're cutting off all the edges to make it into a circle. And you can keep going and making it smaller if you want. I don't know if these are going to fit on my traffic light. Let's see if they do. I have some glue stick here. I'm going to put some on and stick this to the top of my traffic light. This might be big. I don't know if I can get all 3 of them on. The next one is the yellow. Here we go. And the last one is the green. Oops. There we go. So there's my traffic light. And if you make a whole bunch of these, you can put them by the different rooms in your house where you can go with green or not go with red, and you can write the words on here too. So maybe Mommy or Miss Albertine or Daddy can help you write stop on the red, S-T-O-P, on stop. And on the yellow, we're going to call that wait, because you have to wait and take your time and see if somebody's coming. Wait. And how are we going to, remember in our book, yesterday we had the racing cars. It was red light, yellow light, green light means, and you read this word for me, green light means go. So you can make yourself a traffic light. That would be so great. I'm going to show you how to make my special car that stands up all by itself. You take a piece of paper. I'll do it with a yellow one. Oops. No, I'll do it with my red one now. Okay. So any size paper, and what we're going to do is fold it in half like that, and then you take your scissors and you're going to cut the shape of a car, but don't cut on the top because we'd have to have 2 sides stuck together. There you go. That's a funny looking car. And then you can draw a window on it and some doors. But don't draw the wheels because you're going to have wheels that are cut out. What did I do with my extra wheels? I can't find them right now, but you can see I have wheels on here. And if you have some of these little sticks that maybe you use for shish kebab or barbecue, and you can stick them through from one side to the next and make a car that will stand up by itself, okay? If you have a whole bunch of them, you can make them go all around your house, I don't know. And you could even have a map on your floor. Maybe you have a little car mat that has roads and stuff, and you have your toy cars that you roll, but now you can make your own special cars. There's another page I sent home to Mommy where you paint your feet and you add wheels and stuff like that to the paper. I don't think you're going to paint your feet. That's too weird and too messy. But you might want to make some really cool car shapes out of those, out of your feet. If you just trace around your shoe or your actual foot with little toes. There's one other thing. Where is it? Oh, so we have, there was one sign that we didn't have on the page, and this is the railroad sign. It's yellow, and it has two letters on that. You know which ones they are. Railroad, RR. And you can make R's. I know I've seen you make a really good R. So you can make this one. They're yellow. Oh, so if you're making your roads in the house, I also made some traffic cones. And this is really hard to make it stand up, but I'm going to take this apart so I can show you how I did it. Okay, I had pieces of white paper. Oops. Now it's, you know what, I'm going to show you when we meet because it's really hard to take it apart. I taped it up so well. So this is the whole idea of all of these things, is for you to have it set up in your house to see if you can make a really cool road map, and then we'll make a map. I'll show you my map here. We're going to do this together. I'm going to send this home to Mom on today, so you might have a chance to make it. And you can make more. You don't have to use mine, but I made one that says start at your house, and here's a little car. And I have this road. It's like a maze, but I don't have anything else coming off of it, but it's going to go all the way around. And you're going to tell me where to finish. I don't know what to draw here because we're going to do that together, and you're going to tell me where we want to go. And you can add traffic signs and traffic lights and maybe places like Gino's or Umberto's or maybe Belmont Racetrack, and we'll have to put the horses there. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll have some fun, and I will see you on Tuesday and Thursday. Bye-bye.